Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dr. After Dark. I'm here by myself again, as you can see, which is sort of a relief, not a bad thing. Phone number is 213-253-1693. The email, of course, is drafterdark@gmail.com, and you can get this at the bobbleheads at drdrew.com/store, and the Rational Revolution mugs at ymhstudio.store. Wait, store.ymhstudios.com. Store.ymhstudios.com, and I want everyone holding one of those Rational Revolution cups. People have been bringing up the Rational Revolution a lot lately, as our world has seemed to unravel into a lot of irrationality, a lot of emotionality, a lot of sort of delusionality. I mean, you may have heard the term mass. What are they calling it? Mass psychosis.
Mass hysteria?
No, they're calling it mass formation psychosis, and it's essentially people are freaking out. Essentially, I've been seeing this for over a year. I've been saying we become histrionic, or we sort of had you and I, Annie and Nadav, we did lots of work on personality profiling a few months back, and I just noticed that the whole personality style in the country moved towards histrionic. And I'm trying to understand the madness of crowds ever since I saw that. And then you've heard people like Dr. Malone and Dr. McCullough and people like that start to talk about this mass formation psychosis, which is just the same thing, which is we all have deficiencies in our thinking systems, and we're not all that rational. At least most of the time we're not rational, even though we like to think we are. And then something gets us going, and we become irrational and delusional and very rigid in our thinking and scared. And if the press or the government focuses us on one thing, it becomes very easy to sort of hypnotize us, essentially. That's a basic hypnotic technique, right? Just focus on one thing. Look at my watch, or look at my whatever it might be. Look at that light up there on the ceiling. And that's how we hypnotize people.
Isn't that the difference of people who are considered sociopaths or psychopaths, in that they don't have those inconsistencies, or what did you call it?
Yeah, there's a lot of different versions of that. I mean, the main thing with psychopaths and sociopaths, they don't experience anxiety, and then they also don't appreciate that other people really have feelings. They don't really have a good sense of that. And psychopaths can become very exploitative of other people. Your stuff, as we sort of characterize it, was more to sort of oppositional defiant kind of stuff. Have you done anything out here yet? Any therapist or anything?
No.
Trauma therapy?
No. On the last show, I told the guy that was like really, or not the last show, the 2 shows ago, I told one of the callers that was like, I can't figure out society and I'm really depressed and stuff. I told him that I would go back if he goes back. Hasn't reached out to me. Sorry, I can't go to therapy. What can I do?
Actually, Annie, I did. I was looking at the email account.
Oh.
And he was like, "Hey, I'm that guy. Let me just tell you, I have gotten to therapy, so Annie now has no barrier to entry for therapy."
I love it.
Yeah,
He'll want to see that, Nadav. So let's make sure somebody gives you an email with that content.
We're on it.
All right, excellent. So, because last show I was a little preoccupied with my lovely wife, who I'm still, again, trying to recover from all that.
So good. It was so good.
Any thoughts that you can now share with me now that she's out of the building?
Well, yeah. I mean, with just the way that, just all of her hypotheses, I wonder what else anal could cure.
I just like she left it behind in 2020. I don't think she understood how many levels of funny that was. So it was good. It was good.
No, yeah, you guys are so fun together.
And we will share with you soon what happened on our outing. In a couple of shows, we'll let you know what happened during our steak dinner and what shenanigans might have followed. But last show, I did not listen to any voice messages, so let's start out with that. Let's do it.
Hi, Dr. Molly. My dog's barking.
Oh.
My name is Beth, and I've had jaw pain for a few years now. Sometimes my jaw even locks. I noticed recently that it's only on my right side, and I chew only on my left. I don't know if chewing on my left side would cause the TMJ in my right, or if this habit has caused this injury. I got my top wisdom teeth out when I was 18, but I'm 25 and I still have my bottom ones in, and they're crowning, and sometimes, those hurt me. I've had several dentists tell me how small my mouth is. I'm scared it's from sucking my husband's dick. And I don't want you to tell me that I have to stop doing that. I've gone to the chiropractor, I've gotten jaw massages, but I want to be cured.
Yeah.
Please help me. Okay, thank you very much. Butthole.
Steph, full respect. So we won't tell you to stop blowing your husband because he would kill me if I did. But look, you have literally blown the joint out on the right side here. My suspicion is the reason you're chewing on the left is that if you even try to chew on the right, you'll get clicking and the jaw will dislocate again and it gets painful immediately. And there are, believe it or not, surgical repairs for this thing. You really are going to want to see somebody who specializes in temporomandibular joint disorders.
Can you spell that?
Temporomandibular?
Uh-huh.
Tempor, temporo, I think it's ROMANDIBULAR, temporomandibular, with TMJ. That's when we say TMJ, that's what they're talking about. This is the temporomandibular joint here. We have two of them, and they're a weird joint. There's no joint surface there. But what happened? What'd I do?
No. It was just I didn't know that was the long form version of TMJ.
Oh. I just love that he was. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. That's that one. Got it.
Spell it. All right. We can come up with weirder stuff for you guys. Don't worry.
Sometimes I just surprise myself.
But there's sort of two. Give me a jawbone on the picture here. Just a human jaw.
Oh, you were pointing in a way where I'm like, did we leave a jawbone on the floor?
No. My screen is down to the left here, so I can see stuff. Human jaw, just human jaw. And I may have to ask for certain. Okay. So let's just start in the upper left there. You see how there are two pieces to that, right? And each one there's sort of a saddle there, and those spikes that stick up, right? The spikes at the top. There are little cartilages that get blown out there, and sometimes they have to kind of repair that stuff. And there's a lot. Now see if you can get. That's just the jaw bone. Just now look at TMJ. Jaw joint. Yeah. There we go. It's hard to zero in on it. Yeah. The point is, it's a complicated little piece of machinery. And you're going to need somebody who really knows what they're doing to repair this. You probably blew that out long, long time ago because your mouth is so small and because you are chewing on things back there or had to open your mouth very wide. As you said, even as it is, your mouth gets stuck open, right? She said that. You guys know that your jaw can get stuck open because those things will slide out of position and get stuck. And people will come to the emergency room with their mouth wide open in pain, unable to close their mouth.
I actually had something similar to that.
What happened?
One day I woke up and I was like, I can't completely close my mouth like on the left side.
That's a little different. That is the joint getting inflamed, and so you can't close all the way. It's stuck.
Oh shit!
And you have to sedate the person and go in and jam their jaw down and pull it forward and to get it back into position. So it's a whole. You have to slip it down in position. It's a whole thing.
Is it one of those things that's horrifying to look at, like when you see like a hip replacement surgery, and you're like, holy shit, they're fucking taking a spike in a mallet?
A little bit, because the person's kind of asleep, but you have to push down kind of hard, and you're sort of behind their head, pushing with your thumbs, and it just slips right back into position. But it's very painful, so they can't really be awake for that. And that's somebody who's got serious joint disorder and needs real help with that. All right, another voice message. Let's keep going.
Hey, Dr. Mommy.
Hey,
all
Mommy.
Kings and queens above 18.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Boost boys, Boost bros? Why does my taint randomly hurt in the it feels like the muscle is spasming, right behind my balls, between my balls and my butthole. I don't understand why it happens. I never do anything that make it happen. It just randomly happens, and it's annoying.
Yep.
It's happening right now.
Oof.
Hope it doesn't make it weird that I'm massaging my fucking taint while I'm talking to you.
A little bit.
Best believe I'm coming up in May. Have a good one. Wear them high and tight.
Dude. So you've heard me talk about this problem many times, gentlemen. Have you learned what this is?
Yeah, it's it's
hypospadias.
Hypospada, right? Hypo David Spade.
Pubococcygeus muscle spasm again. There's a sort of a. Let's look at the floor of the male pelvis.
Oh, gotcha. That one.
Oh,
I know what we're talking about.
PC muscle.
Okay.
The PC.
All right.
I'll make it easy for you guys. Much like TMJ makes temporomandibular joint short. PC, pubococcygeus, PC muscle, floor of pelvis, male. Pelvis. Male. There we go. All right, let's see it. So we need an image, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, the one in the lower right, not the black one, but yeah. All right, now you see between the.
I see that butthole.
Okay, you see the butthole and you see where the balls are, right? All right, and you see there's a bunch of muscle there. There's a long strip muscle there connecting all that. That muscle it can spasm, and there's other floor muscles around there you're sort of looking at. And those muscles can get into these deep spasms. They're very common. What triggers them, we don't really always know. Sometimes I worry that it's prostatic inflammation or prostatic urethra inflammation, but it can be random as well. People often experience it sort of after ejaculation, and it feels almost like being kicked in the nuts. It has a kind of visceral, kind of unpleasant feeling to it. Anybody ever had that in the booth?
Kicked in the nuts?
No, you guys gotta listen to me. Yes,
sorry, I'm in here stuck in my head about stupid shit that I say.
I understand that you've been kicked in the nuts. No, have you ever had one of these spasms of the floor of the pelvic musculature that feels like you've been kicked in the nuts?
I don't think so.
No. Anybody else?
No, definitely not.
It's pretty common. Well, anyway, that's what that guy has. It's no big deal. There's nothing really you can do about it. He massages his taint. That's about all you can do with it. Sometimes, you notice how there is a strip that goes all the way up to the coccyx there. So in other words, there's a muscle that goes from the balls around the anus and up to the sacrum there. Keep going. No. The straight line. There you go. Keep going around.
Oh, I see.
And then keep going. See, that whole thing can spasm. So sometimes it can get up into the coccyx. You can get up in the other side of it. Yeah.
I thought the taint was like a pinpoint, but you're saying it's a whole.
Taint is the floor of the pelvis. It's really up to the anus, but what I'm saying is this particular muscle sling goes all the way to the sacrum and the coccyx.
Oh wow!
You learning something?
I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
learning.
it's this one. I got it.
What? It's sort of that one. There's other stuff too, but that's one version of it right there. So here we go. Good times. Let's hear another voice message.
Hey Hitler, it's Bailey. So. You guys were talking about sounding a couple months back, and I got interested, so I looked it up on the internet. And I watched this video of this girl take, like, a sounding bar in the shape of a question mark and start sticking it up his dick, and she, started with the curved side. And she kept going until only the straight side was pointing out. And my question is, where does it go? Does it hurt? Is there, does it mess anything up inside? It looked like it was, curving up inside of him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daddy. Don't want to do that, you.
You're welcome. But she say Bailey or Benny? What you say?
Bailey.
Bailey. So Bailey, oh, honey, you're getting exposed to the extremes of what people get into. So again, now we need a cross-section of male pelvis, okay? So what that does is gets up all the way to the bladder, right? I don't understand quite how they hook it through. I'm guessing what they do. Okay, I'm going to show you what I think they do. There. That's fine. Yep. So you see how let's start from the tip of the penis. Okay? And you go up. You can straighten all that out, right? So that's kind of a straight line. You guys all good with me?
No, yeah, you got Annie with that one.
And
this is funny, man. You said you didn't have a flow so many episodes ago. Every time, let's start at the tip of the penis. Go slowly.
But you can straighten the penis out, right? So that'll be one straight tube there. Keep going, right? That's just hanging down. We're not going to let it hang down. We're going to make it straight. Right. And look, there's the question mark right there to go up to the bladder. Up, yeah. Oh. So how else do you get around that curve without a curved instrument, right? So that's what she's talking about. The question is, how does that, I think the way they do it, this is going to be hard for me to describe, is they probably take the hooked part and sort of push the penis down and underneath so they can get up through to the bladder. And then once they're through, they've got everything straightened out. Does that make sense? Okay. You guys kind of see what I'm saying?
A little bit, yeah.
It's awful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's as awful as it sounds. And I don't think they have the question mark go down the urethra. I think they kind of hook it, and they make the urethra come down under. They pull everything down to the underside of the pelvis so they can hook it up into the bladder, and then they've got the rest of it straightened out there. And why would people do this, Bailey? That's the real question, honey. If you can figure that out, please share it with me, because I don't know. I can't imagine that feels good, but for somebody, I guess it does. And it's certainly, when you are 50 and older, if you were, I guess, she said it was a male that was doing this. They were doing it to a male. Because doing it to a female would actually be quite a bit easier, I guess. But that is.
Why would it be easier for a female?
Because you don't have to deal with all that length of penile urethra with the hook thing. You just take the hook thing and put it right through. You see, watch. We'll look at that. Take a look at a female. There you go. Yep. You see you can just hook it right from where it starts, right?
Wait, is this the bladder?
No, the bladder's right underneath that.
This guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy peasy.
Yeah, right. See, you don't even need a hook. You might not even need a hook, but you could hook if you wanted to. But the point is that you're not really moving through a lot of equipment there to sound a female bladder. But when you sound a male bladder, you have the penile urethra, the pelvic urethra, the prostatic urethra, the prostate, and you're going to damage those things and cause strictures and inflammation. And they're already prone to trouble once you hit the age of 50. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. Just humbly, I suspect. I wonder if I should bring. I told you I have that urologist I want to bring in here, right? Dr. Winter.
Oh, yeah.
We got to bring her in here to talk about.
Oh, that's the first time I've heard you describe her as a urologist.
Oh, yeah, she's a urologist. And she spends most of her day putting in penile implants. So you guys would enjoy talking.
Penile implants?
We could zoom her right in here. Maybe we should do it next show.
Oh, was that the one where it's like your balls are the pumps?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. And so if your penis doesn't get hard, now it gets hard, and you're in full control. Man.
That's a pretty cool
instrument. You want that? You'd like that?
I think so. I think I want it.
It sounds like something I would want.
I don't think I need it, but I definitely think I want it. Maybe I'll get that for next Christmas.
Dehydration question. I forget to drink water all day, but I'm still functioning fine at work. I chug a gallon of water at the end of the day, get all my liquids. What kind of effects would this have on my body over time? Way too much preoccupation with water consumption in this country. If you're a young, healthy person, your body will tell you when you're thirsty. There's more water. Corolla invented the female canine hydration syndrome because I got to get the water for the dog, water for the kids. When I was playing football in high school, they wouldn't let us drink water. We'd be in 110 degree heat. We would take salt tablets and not drink water because water caused cramps. At the end of practice, we were allowed to go to the drinking fountain. We were fine. Permanent ED at 28. 28-year-old, pretty good controlled diabetes. For the last 2 years, I've been prescribed sildenafil and tadalafil, which is Viagra and Cialis. And they worked, but about 6 months ago, they no longer worked. It's possible my diabetes has killed my penis forever. Is there anything I can do to remedy this? So, damn is right. In fact, the erectile dysfunction is how I get diabetic adolescents to manage their blood sugar better. I just tell them your penis can stop working if you don't take care of your blood sugar. So that does happen, but usually it's reversible unless it's been going on for years and years, and you're 28. And so I would not call this permanent ED. I would say either A, your blood sugar is not under as good control as you think it is, so it's sort of a temporary neuropathic thing. And B, I worry about any other medication you're taking. So you're going to have to look at your medication, and you have to really tighten up your glycemic control. You're going to get that blood sugar sort of 90 to 110.
Are you supposed to do that, by the way? Mix the whatever?
You can. Yeah, you can. If you're... Don't get any ideas, my friend.
No. I'm definitely not. I thought that, I would imagine that would like screw you up. I would never.
I mean,
I'm scared of.
So what they
pills. Do? All the different flavors of dick pills mixed into one.
I'm afraid that I know if you do too much like antidepressant, anti-anxiety, that you could fuck up your brain.
Yes,
that's fine. I don't want to fuck up my dick. You know what I'm saying? That's like
I said,
you don't come back from that shit. You know what I mean?
No, listen, like I said, when the diabetic adolescents, they're screwing around with their blood sugar until I say it's going to give you a stroke, give you a heart attack, give you kidney failure. They don't care. Yeah, Dick's not going to work. Okay, doctor, tell me what to do.
What do I need to do?
Yeah.
What do I need to do?
So I know men. So what happens is, these are called PDE5 inhibitors. They're very safe. They can cause some vision problems. They're, associated with other little side effects. There's even some data that just came out recently that shows they may reduce the risk of Alzheimer's if you use particularly sildenafil on a regular basis. Sildenafil is a very powerful drug. It causes nasal congestion and other things too, and it's sort of funny feelings in your eye when you, from the sort of
funny how?
It feels like it's dry is what it sometimes feels like, but it's actually from the blood vessel dilatation of the sildenafil. And some people take it to improve their cardiopulmonary performance. Like literally you can improve blood flow to the lungs. It dilates that a little bit. Your question though is people will sometimes take tadalafil, which is Cialis, on a daily basis to sort of give them sort of background PDE5 effect, and then take a little Viagra on top of that when they know they're going to be sexually active. It's a pretty powerful combination. You're right. Of course, you're more likely to get into more trouble when you do it that way. I know that a lot of doctors do prescribe that. It's not all that uncommon, but and it does work. It's not that big a deal, but probably a better idea to use one or the other. Listen, I've done an interesting experiment. I masturbated to girls with penises and boys with vaginas. I've discovered that boys with pussies do nothing for me, but if I make white watching she-males, I white really quick. I always thought I loved pussy, but now I think I might want to try out a dick. Does that make me gay or super straight? And what would the Booth Boys say? Greetings from Prague. Good for you, man. We love Prague. So what do we tell Vasek?
I say do whatever makes you come, buddy.
Yeah, and also, what a surprise. I just tried it out. I love that. It was an experiment. Yeah, I bet it was, Chief. You like what you like, man. It's all good. No one cares.
But usually what happens to these guys that experiment, they're usually kind of porn addicted, and they're looking at more and more and more extreme stuff, and they find their way over to this.
Oh yeah, I know how it is.
Yeah, yeah. And C's with D's is sort of an extreme, version. I don't know that it says anything about sexual orientation. Does
C's
it?
with D's. What do you mean by that?
Chicks with D's, C's with D's.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Nadav. Thank you for not making
with
me.
D.
Chicks with Nadav. So.
But yeah, no, it doesn't make you
right.
fucking gay or straight.
I don't think so either. It just makes you into
cool.
extreme images. And I've also noticed that men, oftentimes, what we as males get into looking at in like pornography and stuff doesn't necessarily translate into what we like in a real person. You know what I mean? Because imagery and photography, it's not reality. It's just a way of stimulating the sensory system, and naturally we go towards a little more extreme things in photography than we would in real life.
That's interesting. You're saying that stuff that you're into in porn, you would not be into.
You wouldn't necessarily be into, or at least not as much as sort of you may. A lot of guys go to a sort of extreme, large breast, large, that kind of stuff. And in real life, they may kind of like that, but not need that level of stimulation to be happy with a person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does that make sense?
You're kind of just, you're doing it solo, so it's.
It's not just solo. It's also it's just visual imagery and not a full experience. And so you're naturally going to sort of enhance that visual input. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, I do not. Mine matches like 100%.
Yours matches.
So
I guess
it's interesting to hear that other people don't.
Yeah, they don't. The point is that they don't. What happens is, what I often have heard over the years is, and you'll hear this on the voice message, I'm sure. A woman calls in and goes, "I found my boyfriend's porn stash, and it's all these women that look nothing like me. Should I be afraid?" Okay.
Oh yeah, we had one of those on Where My Mom's At recently.
Yeah, and what did she say to her?
Well, what we said was just like, hey, you got to let your man jerk off to whatever he wants to jerk off to.
Right.
I was saying either just get over it, or you can watch porn with them too. Like,
yeah,
could be a thing like
that does when they already feel like an insecurity because it's some body type that they don't have. Watching is not a good idea. Oh, so it makes them feel worse.
So it'd be similar to how Susan when she got in the strip club.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
And so I would say, just go, no. That's just porn. That's his porn zone. You're his human zone. You're what he wants. Believe me, when a guy is having sex with you, it's because he wants to have sex with you. That's it. And would he, might he have a range of things he likes? Sure, he might. But in porn, he goes a certain direction that doesn't really say very much. Here we go. Hello, Donkey Dick Drew and Booth Dudes. Writing to you from the UK with an unusual question. Have we been getting more international sort of stuff lately? Is that my imagination, or has that always been there?
I think it's always a little scattered.
I've been seeing a lot more action from particularly, I would say, English-speaking European countries and sort of Eastern European, German, Czech,
we've been getting some Polish, some German. Yeah.
I remove the hair from my ass crack as I find the post-shit cleanup a lot easier. Gentlemen, will you?
Oh, wow.
Amen. I know it's a lot to swallow there, Duff.
I'm not swallowing.
I'm just saying, it's a lot to take. It's a lot to take in.
Okay, all right.
But when I do, my farts sound a lot louder and smell a lot worse than when I have a hairier posterior. Is there any reason why that is? Love the show. Hope to be pissed on, beaten on one day.
What was the end of that? That he said it's easier without the hair?
He's saying it's louder and smellier without the hair. And that kind of makes sense. He must have had a lot of hair, right?
Right, and the hair is like a muffler, right?
It's right. So if you have two pieces of skin, sort of flapping, as air moves across it, as opposed to the hair is just going to make it a very, very different sort of a contact. So the sound piece makes sense. And the smell, the hair probably absorbs a little bit of that or slows it down at least. That makes some sense to me. Maybe that's why we have hairy butts as men. We're doing each other a favor. Okay, back to personality stuff. I need your advice on a dilemma I've been having by the way, when did when become whenever? Whenever I went to the grocery store, you mean when I went to the grocery store? When did when become whenever?
Maybe because they just mean every time they go to the grocery store?
I just listen now. You'll notice whenever people say when, they say whenever.
Right.
Whenever I'm having it so what he's really saying here, Ben is saying, when I'm having a deep conversation, but he wrote it as whenever, with a girl, I try to describe my deep emotions to anyone. I only know the correct or textbook way to respond. I can't access or create emotions to convey to someone. I only know what they would want to hear or what would be interesting. Ew. I had a strict Catholic parents growing up, so I had a double life. So maybe that created a side of me that is by the book. Am I a psychopath? Touch my camera through the fence. Ta-ta, there R word. So Ben, that's a possibility, right? If you really don't have emotions and are just sort of acting as if you had emotions or the way you've seen people have emotions. But I'm thinking this is maybe the fact that you're concerned about it and that you feel there's something wrong with it and you don't have any history of hurting, damaging small animals or something like that. Sometimes you can be disconnected from feelings. If you didn't get the right sort of attention in the first 5 years of life, feelings can be way off in the distance and very mysterious and disconnected. Or you can have trauma that dissociates you from them. And so you sort of, you have a superficial sense of yourself and your emotions we sometimes call that a pseudo-self. And that's kind of narcissism is really what that is more than psychopathy. So that's something definitely time for therapy because those feelings that are off in the distance do need attention and you got to hook up with them somehow because they will let you know one day that they're there. Either through a depression or through behaviors you don't like, that kind of thing. I don't know about you, but I get up in the morning and I'm just out. I'm on the go. And before I know it, it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. Not only hungry, I'm hangry. But what are the options? I don't do fast food. I don't want to do that. No good. I have Huel. That's right. Huel, I love it. It fills me up. It's called Human Fuel. Huel, get it? Provides all the carbs, protein, fats, fiber, and 27 essential vitamins and minerals that you need. Everything is plant-based. They've got a wide range of convenient on-the-go options for somebody who doesn't have a lot of time. And Huel powder comes in all the classic flavors, chocolate, vanilla, salted caramel, many more. Just mix it with water in the free shaker you'll get with your first order and you are good to go. Also, they're pre-mixed, ready-to-drink options to help you save even more time. So for the higher protein, less carbs guys out there and gals like me, and it's also a naturally gluten-free option, Huel Black Edition. That's what I dig. The ultimate human fuel. And Huel's new hot and savory meals are fantastic. They've got mac and cheese, Mexican chili, Thai green curry, a few others you have to try. They take less than 5 minutes to make. Huel is proof that fast food is good food. I love it. You will love it too. I particularly love that low-carb, high-protein product. And right now you can save $15 on your first order, plus get free shipping, a shaker, a t-shirt. Go to Huel.com/Dr. Drew. That is Huel. Remember, human fuel. Huel.com/Dr. Drew to save $15 on your first order. That is free shipping, a shaker, a t-shirt. Huel.com/Dr. Drew. What is the fish challenge?
Ooh, yeah, I think you're going to like this.
I'm not sure.
I think you're going to love it.
All right. Prepare
that's not a not really smell it.
Oh! What? What?
Okay.
Trevor, we've damaged you, man. You think this is genuinely funny?
Oh my God!
It's not.
Are they speaking a different language?
Yeah, I think so.
What was that?
So have you ever heard of I think it's from Sweden. It's like surströmming or something like that.
No,
it's
what?
like canned fish. That people here. Let me see if I could.
Oh my God! He threw up before he ate it, didn't he? Isn't that what I saw?
So it's not that you're supposed to eat it. It's that you're supposed to smell it, and it smells. It's supposed to smell so bad that it's like that type of reaction instantly.
But they ate it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay,
no.
never mind.
The whole challenge, Eddie, is that you're supposed to try and eat it. Just the thing is, as soon as you open up the can, the smell hits you and you start puking.
Oh my God, that's incredible!
Yeah, check out these cool guys.
What? Oh, what is the? What is?
Everyone hates it.
What is the? I feel like I've lived in a sheltered
that's
life.
the way to open it.
Why does that exist?
I think it's just a Swedish delicacy.
A delicacy that makes you vomit the moment it opens?
I think it makes Americans vomit, or it makes like people that aren't from that country vomit.
It seemed like those were were they speaking Swedish or?
I'm not sure what they were speaking, but I mean, like, how could they keep on making these canned fish?
That's my question.
If everyone's puking from it, clearly there's people that eat it.
Unless they just sell it to frat boys to make each other vomit.
Because I mean, like, there's this Persian drink called duh that's like
oh my God, where have I been?
It's like a carbonated yogurt.
Oh,
and it is pretty disgusting. But I'll tell you what, some Persians, they kind of like it.
Go back to the explanation, not just the pictures. Let's go back to what it says about it. Okay, it's a lightly salted fermented Baltic Sea herring. 19th century. During the production of surströmming, just enough salt is used to prevent the raw herring from rotting, which allows it to ferment. So it's fermented fish. Ugh.
Drew, do you want to
look at one of those challenges? Are allowed to, or is it?
Well, I mean, we just looked at.
But
one.
I mean, let's show.
Here, I got another one for you.
Was that unusual? I'm less grossed out than I am astonished. I am grossed out.
Here,
to be fair,
here's a different one.
Watching
that we
grown men vomit over and over and over again is amusing.
Right,
but
guys, we're going to do the fish challenge now.
Oh no!
And okay. Jamie's wanting to get involved, aren't you, Jamie?
Oh no! I don't know if I can watch this. Oh. He's looked at it. He almost vomited.
I think he might have done this before.
Oh my God! That's how powerful the.
His eyes are crossing.
I think we found out why you think that couple is so funny.
I guess so.
You have a gag fetish.
We're hitting a theme here.
You have a legitimate gag fetish.
I wouldn't call it a fetish. I wouldn't say I like this. I do not like it, my friend.
Your smile says otherwise.
I do not like it. You knows where my hands are.
Yeah, but you just started covering your face.
Oh, no. Oh. Oh, no. What is wrong with people? What is wrong? Oh, my God. I thought I'd seen everything. Oh, the kids. Oh. He's still trying. Oh, he's still trying.
This is a super cut.
I don't know why. I'm so ashamed.
Now, Drew, I have a pitch for you.
I'm so ashamed of myself for laughing at that.
Why don't we see what these people are going through?
I feel like vomiting now.
Do you want to try and do this fish thing?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I guess I read this wrong.
Why don't we see what? What do you want to show me?
No, I said, how about we get a couple cans of these fish?
Oh,
and,
no.
And we eat them. We try and see if we can eat them.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I
Fermented fish are good for you. It's like lox. Our people could eat it, Drew.
I think just watching these reactions, if I saw the can, I get the gagging in response to the can. But the guy in the motorhome that started vomiting just when they opened the can.
But aren't you interested in what it possibly smells like?
Annie, come on now.
No, not even a little bit.
A little bit.
They're just smelling it and they're dry heaving.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't want to smell it. Yeah. It's like seeing someone get shot. It's like, don't you want to do that?
No.
Look how in pain they are.
No. Those are
Doesn't
apples
that
and
look
oranges.
crazy?
That's two different things.
It's the same thing. They are damaging them. So he is in pain, in drastic pain. I want to try that.
I
shit.
think the next YMH Live. I think YMH Live. This is sort of one of those things, right? Nadav.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea.
I think that's what this is. I think that's what this is.
I mean, I would do this for a YMH Live. Why the fuck not?
Unbelievable.
Hey, that's weird. Hey, man, we're down for the show, dude. We're committed.
Yeah, man, I'm not afraid of a little fish.
Okay.
I'm
cool.
sure I would throw up. I am sure. I am certain I would vomit.
Oh yeah, like Annie is. Not me though.
No, you'd for sure vomit. Let's do it.
I'm not feeling good. Just
terrible.
Ugh.
It'd be crazy. Here's what I'm actually most afraid of is that I'd open the can and eat it and absolutely no problem. Like, I love this smell. I'm afraid that I'd love it.
You would achieve a status of you'd move up the food chain with that. Mm-hmm. Ugh. Well, we need a palate cleanser, my friend. What can we do? A voice message.
Yeah.
It looks so tame up there. Fish challenge. Let's look at the fish challenge. Let's see what's going on with the fish challenge. How did that come to you guys?
It's just something that, this fish thing has just kind of been circulating over the years, and we just get some cool ones that are
like my abdomen, the muscles of my abdomen are tightening up. It's like they're spasming just looking at that stuff.
Yeah, don't you want to try it?
Look for the show.
I sure
for the show, my friend. For the show. I'll bring some to dinner tonight.
Drew volunteered to pee himself for the show. Remember that?
Yeah, but he's into that. That's different.
That was I not into it. And let's be fair. I got to straighten this one out, guys. That was for Christina. That I was willing to do that for Christina. That was my commitment to her. That was above and beyond the show.
But you wouldn't do this for me.
No. So. Show me some TikToks. Let's get some TikToks. Maybe that'll clean me up.
We have fun. All right.
All right. Yes, we do. I need a break after this show.
Taking my morning dump. Whoops. Little sneak peek. Whoops. Sorry.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. Give me another one. We need a new. Oh.
Do what they do, and I look.
Chicken patties, I think, going in the boiler. Chicken, McChicken, yeah.
Gotta pick up the nuggets.
We're watching somebody make food at McDonald's. It's a TikTok. This is how they're done.
Still waiting.
Is something going to happen?
I think the whole thing about this one is you see how long stuff is being fried for and how gross it is.
And you know what's also bad is that if that were actually tallow, if that were actually animal fat, it'd be much better for you. What they have is these polyunsaturated fats are turn into carcinogens. So there you go. Yeah, enjoy your breakfast, everybody. All right. What else you got?
I got. It's a baby one.
Oh my
I told
gosh.
you there was one in there.
Uh-oh.
I told you. Be nice now.
He's going to bite him in the
I'll
face.
return you to your mother.
Oh, boy. He deserved to get his face bitten. That's all I'm saying.
That's a big old mistake.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a baby squirrel either. All right, keep going. I'm still trying not to vomit.
Let me emphasis by saying I'm not a professional knife fighter, nor do I know if this is the correct way to fight.
Ooh.
This is just what I do.
Uh-oh. That's it? Okay, keep going, Freddie. Need to see that 10 more times. It's so weird that he thinks...
And my thought here is pin him upside a wall by his neck, right into the gut. Wall, gut.
You got it, Drew?
I got it. Wall, gut.
Other side.
Oh, he's got to do left-handed now, too. Uh-huh.
He wasn't sure you got it. He wasn't sure.
Well, he wanted to show these ambidextrous. Oh, yeah, I got it.
It's a really complicated move.
And that noise is very important.
Hoo-ha.
Oh, I'm still not over the vomiting. I'm like having a problem here. All right, let me see if we can get a voice message. Let's get a voice message. Get my mind off this. Here we go.
Hey, this is Joe. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Dr. Mommy. I drink about 2 gallons of water a day, and I'm thinking about upping it to 3.
Jesus.
And a lot of people go, oh, well, you can drink too much water. How much is too much? The internet says 7 gallons in a day or 1 liter in an hour. What are the ramifications if I were to drink more than that? Because I just chug from a gallon jug. So thank you. Keep them high and tight. Bye.
Oh my God, is drinking water every day going to become the new draining my sack from semen? This is my next don't call me daddy on my chain or whatever my site.
7 gallons an hour.
Why are people drinking any more water than they? I mean, you can drink a little more to help you sort of curb appetite and that kind of thing, but drink when you are thirsty. That's what your body is designed to do. In your in your body, your sodium metabolism is carefully set by your kidneys, and if you can overwhelm that, you can actually wash out your kidneys concentrating system, so that you are not as concentrating urine as well as you should be able to. You can actually hurt your kidneys that way. More importantly, you can drop your sodium levels. It's hard to do it, but you can do it, particularly if you're on a medication. And you can have seizures, and you can make your brain swell. I mean, it's a mess. It's ridiculous. Why would you drink so much water?
7 gallons is insane.
3 is insane. You drink when you are thirsty. Now, if you're working out all the time, yeah, you might end up drinking a couple liters while you're working out. Fine. Your body will let you know.
But he did say something interesting. I didn't know that over a liter in an hour is too much. Is it too much?
A liter in an hour, I don't know. If you're not working out, maybe. No, you could drink a liter an hour pretty easily, I would think. That's not that big a deal.
Right, like you're not going to...
But by the way, why water? Why not something with solute in it, like a hydrolyte or a Gatorade or things so the water itself... The problem is excess accumulation of water. That's the problem. Water excess. And if the water to sodium that you take in is in balance, you're not going to accumulate excess water. Why all the water? I don't know. We have become so weird in this country about, are you hydrated? Are you hydrated? How about, are farts universally funny? Hi, Daddy. Are farts universally funny? And if so, do any other species like the great apes find farts funny? My 16-month-old toddler has been ripping super loud air biscuits since she was a month old. And for the last year, she's found it the funniest thing ever. And touch my camera through the fence, UF. I don't remember if he said that to the. Did he say used the F word to them?
He sure did.
Oh my goodness. Yep. Okay, so everyone I think knows that there are sort of YouTube videos out there of apes smelling their finger and farting and stuff. I'm going to guess that other primates probably have some sense of something we'd call mirth around their excrement and gas, but not quite as evolved as the human. The human takes it to another level. And not everyone finds them funny, though. And by the way, that's sort of white supremacy if you say farts are universally funny. Any back me up on this? That's sort of a white boy thing. And it's male, too. It's also sexist. It's sexist and white supremacist.
I can't tell if you're joking.
I'm joking. I'm being hyperbolic, but I'm not joking because a lot of people are not into it.
Yeah, like forcing your humor on somebody else. Yeah, is never funny.
Yeah,
but
it's sort of a white frat boy sense of humor. It's not. My friends of Mexican descent do not find it funny. Most of my friends of African American descent really don't find it funny. They don't dig it at all.
Yeah.
And it's a a white centric kind of thing to say it's universally funny. It is funny, but not universally funny.
Yeah, I've never understood. It's always the gross / gay things that were always super funny to frat boys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it, but it's like, whatever. That's your thing.
Well, let's dig a little deeper. So what most of my friends that are not white find objectionable to fart humor is the smell, right?
Yeah, but it's also the disrespect, man. It's like you're putting your scent in my face.
Got
it's
it.
Like I have
Okay.
to smell that.
That's a great. I love it. Thank you. That's a great refinement. Disrespect.
And we always thought the sound was fun.
Well, that's my question though. But do you still find the sound funny?
No.
Because
I attach it to that.
Because it's so disrespectful already. The sound and the smell are both disrespectful.
Something like that, where it's like. Yeah, it's because of what that entails. If I were to hear it maybe in a movie, it's a little different because it's like I know that's just a movie, so it could be funny.
Okay.
But if you're doing it like right next to me, it's like it's not just the sound.
So there's something funny about it, but the reality of it supersedes that, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So I did a radio show decades ago with a group called Dogfish, and it was a group of screwball white kids, and they were on the radio and they go, I don't understand why people don't think farts are the funniest thing in the world. And here's what they said. They sound funny, they smell funny, and they come out of your ass. What's not funny about that? And that was their thinking about it. So there you go.
Amen, brother.
Amen, Nadab says. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just take a shit in your fucking living room and then it'll be super funny, right?
That does come out of your ass, but it doesn't look or smell funny. So, well, maybe it does. I mean, it depends on your taste, whatever. Okay, here's
also I'd love that. I want to see what you shit like.
Cool. I'll be over next week.
Cool, man.
In your living room.
Yeah, I'll set the camera up.
You said
Speaking of what we shit like, here's somebody that says, I have any syndrome.
You don't.
There's only, yes, Annie, I'm sorry. Excuse me. There's only one Annie. There's only one. There's only one. Nobody has, yeah, that's not reproducible. So... So thank you, sir. Thank you. So I've been listening to your podcast for a while. Annie's condition reminded me of my childhood. When I was about 5 or 6, my brother told me that a witch lived in the sewer and would come up through the toilet and snatch kids. I believed it. I would go days without pooping out of fear, and this would cause me to get constipated. When I would eventually poop, it would tear my asshole apart and make it even harder to poop. It got to the point that my dad tried giving me a suppository. My fear of receiving a suppository proved to be greater than my fear of witches. My fear eventually went away as I got older. So maybe try threatening Annie with a suppository. So Annie, I'm going to get you with an enema if you don't get it together.
Oh, first of all, this is a weird kink, but also wait. So what is a suppository?
There'll be any enemas. The suppository is a little waxen sort of a pellet that has, you push it up the anus that has, I know, it has sort of. It stimulates the colon to contract. Essentially, that's what the good ones are.
Good ones.
I mean, that's what the ones that work are. There's other ones. You can use glycerin suppositories to help it kind of come out easier. You can use things to sort of soften it up. There's various stuff out there, but it is interesting, isn't it, how much you can affect a young male's relationship with the toilet by scaring the shit out of them or into them, in this case. It's interesting to me. When we had to get my wife's purse out of the storm drain last week. You live across the street from a storm drain. Are you okay with that?
From a what?
From a storm drain.
I mean, I think I've always have. They're always around, right?
So they don't bother you just being around. You just don't want to go down in one like I had to do last week.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really realize that was there until now. I'll probably forget after this show again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm good at blocking that stuff out.
All right, let's hear a voice message.
Hi, Dr. Jeans and Booth Boys.
Hey.
I have a question about burping.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just smoking, and I was exhaling my smoke, and it was like coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of it coming out, I felt the need to burp.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did it. And I was expecting like all the smoke in my lungs to just like shoot out when I burped, but instead it stopped. And then after the burp, it started coming out again.
Right.
So I'm wondering, like, what is a burp?
Wow. Does that mystery?
We got a scientist to call in.
You don't understand that either?
That's the dudest question I think I've ever heard a girl ask.
All right, so here's what happened. So she inhales the weed into her lungs.
Right.
Her lungs, they're air sacs that fill with air and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's exhaling that. In the middle of that, some air went up her esophagus from her stomach and came out her mouth. That closes the airway. So she has to stop exhaling, burp, and then continue the exhalation. You see, burps are from the stomach.
And that's why
it's air in the stomach
don't feel like exhales.
They're not exhales. They are from your stomach. That's why when you swallow air, you get a burp.
Makes sense.
Oh, my goodness. You have a thing. Okay, give me a larynx. Larynx. You have a big, thing in there. Let's see. It's not. No. Shoot. Oh yeah. Give me that one. Yeah. Do you see that? Let's see. We don't really
this
have
little
it.
Q-tip coming out.
Well, I want to show you that something closes down on top of that called the epiglottis. It just closes down on it when the esophagus is taking stuff in. Let's see if we can see it over here. Just look up epiglottis. How about that? If you can spell that.
Yep, just like it sounds.
Yeah, there it is.
Got it.
You can see
it's like this little.
Yeah, just a flap that comes down over the trachea. So think about if you swallowed something in your mouth and that flap wasn't there, it would go right into your lungs, and you would be dead. So you have to have this flap that disconnects the esophagus from the trachea, right? So they operate independently and automatically. So there you go. There's your little anatomy lesson for today.
We're learning.
I am still exhausted from the vomiting thing. It's like literally still affecting me. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oof.
I'm hyped. Let's get it, boys.
You're funny. All right. Hi, Mommy Hitler. Recently, I've been waking up to myself masturbating in my sleep. This is Pete. It's kind of like how people describe sleepwalking, except I'm milking myself. Want to know if this is a normal thing? I'm not sure what caused it. I'm an otherwise healthy 26-year-old male. I take no prescription over-the-counter medication. Appreciate the insight. Piss on me, beat me. Don't call me Chomo. Watch for the waspices. You better bet I'm coming up in May. So, people do that. I mean, as I've described on this show before, when men or males are coming out of coma, when they're in sort of a semi-waking coma, the first thing they do is start messing with their junk. And so there's so much neurological stimulation going on down there that it's just natural that your hand goes there. And if it starts getting reinforced, your hand stays there. And sleep is, anything you can do in your wake, you can do in your sleep. I want to get high. I'm a 25-year-old male who used to smoke marijuana on a daily basis. It started giving me panic attacks, so I quit. As a substitute, I started drinking significantly more. Great. I'd rather go back to the ganja and cut back on the booze, but I'm scared of the panic attacks. Do I have any advice? I'm aware that sobriety would be the ideal route, but as far as physical health, that ain't happening. You are a alcoholic addict. This is not going to get better. This is going to get worse. This is the thing that everybody misses. It's a progressive illness. The consequences accumulate. It will get worse. It doesn't just kind of stay the same, especially if you've lost control. If you've lost control, it's on now, and the only way to stop it is to stop everything completely. Now, you can go get some cognitive behavioral therapy, so CBT. In people that want to cut down or have different goals, you can try half measures, but it's sort of rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Do you piss or shit out white after swallowing?
Boy.
Hi, Jeans Booth Boys. I was feathering it. I had a mystery that came to my mind after my girl takes it down with... After fully absorbed, will she then be shitting my sauce out 10 to 12 hours later, or will she piss my weight out? May telescope, try it out. Patrick in Minneapolis. It's absorbed and broken down, right? It's protein and mucopolysaccharides. So it's a bunch of essentially snot and cells and protein. And that, much like if you do that and swallow, that is the same thing, and your body just sort of absorbs it and breaks it down and turns it in. It has very little caloric value or anything else. It just sort of gets broken down. And what isn't absorbed does come out in your shit. That's true.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Sprite review.
Oh yeah.
No. Or should I see Scared Shart?
Yeah, that one's fun.
Scared Shart. Okay,
right.
Scared Shart.
Dusty! You fucking shit ass!
Oh. So scientifically, how does this happen?
That's funny. Let's do it again. That was funny. That's better than the mommy. I feel better now.
Dusty! You fucking shit ass!
Oh.
I love her glee. I love her delight. I love it when the partners are doing stuff to the subject. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, what was that, Nana? What were you asking me?
Like scientifically, like when someone gets scared, why do some people have the reaction of farting?
It's an autonomic discharge. It's the same thing that results in your heart rate going up and your muscle tone going up. It's all that coming, and why evolution, the really interesting question would be why evolutionarily would we want to like empty our bowels if we really need to get moving? I guess it's because that would weigh us down or something, or keep it, we just want to clear it out and get ready for action, I guess. Now, I don't know.
I would like to go back to the tape and say that, there was quite a delay between him being scared and it coming out. And I think that a lion would have pounced on him in between that.
Yes, for sure. But he was still recovering during that standing up phase. And
one more time
sometimes standing up makes stuff kind of cruise down the pipe a little bit too.
Dusty! You fucking shit ass!
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's 3 Mississippis. That line would have got him by now.
But it's all still that hyperstimulation. That sympathetic tone is up. Oh, that's so funny. And the parasympathetic, when that, I think the parasympathetic thing is actually what empties the bladder. So you're getting hyperinhibition and hyperstimulation at the same time. I don't know why the body evolved to do that. I don't know. Don't have a good answer for that.
I have a fun voicemail that might be fun to end on.
All right, I'm ready.
Hey, Dr. Hitler. My name is Nick. Surprise, surprise. I'm asking you a question about white. So my favorite porns are the ones where the guys blow huge loads instead of those weak little ones. My question is, what can I do to increase my loads? I currently take sunflower lecithin, IgM, zinc, and L-arginine, but I haven't seen too much of a difference. I want to be like Tom and cover these sluts with a huge amount of cum at high velocity. Piss at me, beat me, cover me in your huge load, and you bet I'm coming up in May.
Well, at least he didn't talk about emptying his testes, which is the "Don't call me daddy" on my site. Don't what did he say? Don't call me daddy on my chain?
Don't call me daddy in my comment section.
No, he has some other way of describing it. He says, don't call me daddy on my
page.
On my page or something like that. Yeah. So this is not that, but this is the weirdness of the male. Why males would be preoccupied with how much semen comes out of their body is a strange preoccupation. And I would argue that before the days of pornography, before men could compare that, there was little or no conversation about this. It was just what it was. So, and what it is pretty much what it is to that point. You really can't do much to change this. The seminal vesicles are where the fluid is stored. And those vesicles are the size they are, and your prostate produces the fluid to fill them at the rate that it does, and that's what comes out. That's what it is. Now, you can enhance that to the extent that you have any control over it by not having sex very frequently, like waiting a week or more even, let it build up, so to speak. Not too much, because your body will start to resorb it after a period of time. Then when you're sexually active, delay ejaculation. There's actually a certain amount of stimulation of the prostate from sexual activity to produce more fluid. So, delay it as long as you can. That will also increase the tone there as well. And yeah, that's about all you can do. You're doing with all the supplements and all that stuff, it doesn't really do much. So it's infrequent sex, delay ejaculation when you are in the arousal phase, and that's going to be what it's going to be. And that's your volume. That's it. Some people have, different size hands, different size systems. Yours is the size it is, and that's what it is. So, okay, I'm recovering slowly, guys. I'm gonna have to go take a nap or something. The fish, what do we call it? The fish challenge. Fish challenge.
Yeah.
Fish challenge took it out of me today. I'm still a recovering COVID patient. I can only take so much. And my delicate sensibility was overwhelmed by the fish challenge. Again, you can get the bobblehead doll at drdrew.com/shop. Is that what she told us? Yes, it's a shop.
Yep, that's what she said.
And the Rational Revolution at store.ymhstudios.com. I want everyone to have one of those mugs. And send those voice messages to 213-253-1693.
Nope. 818-253.
What did I say? 626?
213.
Huh? 818-253-1693. And drfdark@gmail.com for these wonderful emails. We'll have more of them coming. We appreciate you all being here, and we'll see you next time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.